Alright, so another update. I guess sometime earlier today, almost around a little bit before 1, the Japanese meteorologist agency came online or on TV, and they announced that they changed the earthquake rating because in Japan they were calling it an 8.8, and in U.S. standards 8.9, but Japan had raised their um, or I guess they finalized the numbers on the earthquake, and it came out to 9.0 magnitude. Um, the Also, the meteorologist is stating that there's also a 70% chance, or the 70% average of most all the earthquakes happening are 6.0 and higher, and there's a high possibility of an even stronger earthquake occurring soon. But and they're stating, that this stuff can happen and keep going for another a week to a full month or even longer. But this has been the longest period they've ever had. Very strong earthquakes, just continuously going. Almost, I'd say about on average one an hour. It's about like one an hour, one every 30 minutes, or something like that. I'm not sure, but there's over 200 earthquakes since that day. So I don't remember the exact number at the moment. There was 236 last night before I went to bed. So I don't know how many there are now, but every once in a while, our cell phones notify us and the TV notifies us, that there's to be on the lookout of an earthquake in your area. So it's usually what wakes us up in the middle of the night too. So, but that's it for now as far as updates. I did post on my Facebook account that they changed a lot of the rules now, or maybe I haven't posted it yet, but they're going to be changing the rules for conserving energy, and I think effective tomorrow they're going to start um, basically taking turns through each prefecture to cut power for about 3 hours. So there won't be electricity for 3 hours in certain places, or I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. They didn't finalize anything. They're just saying that that's what they're going to do to conserve electricity. So no power for about 3 hours is. I'm thinking they'll probably do it during the peak times. And in my mind, I think the peak times are during business hours, whenever people's working, they're using their computers. That's when most everything's open. So, but they haven't said anything else about the locations or what time of the day they're going to be doing all this stuff. So I think they're trying to get all that together. But it seems that a lot of boots are already hitting the ground. I'm starting to see on the news a lot more of the JMSDF. There's a lot more activity with them. I think Germany arrived short earlier this morning, so they're here. The U.S. is obviously here, and things are on the way too. So more things from the U.S. And then you got Australia, I think. I'm not sure. I'm trying to get all those facts together because it's kind of hard for me to translate the Japanese TV, because I noticed there's almost a major discrepancy between CNN worldwide or whatever, Worldview and all the other news channels, and then you look at the Japanese TV and it's like that's not what the Japanese TV is saying. So who do you believe? So I don't really believe any of them, but I kind of you kind of got to weed out the BS from reality, and do your own, think logically for yourself. So like the whole thing about the population where the earthquake hit, and then the not typhoon but tsunami had wiped out a whole bunch of homes. That area, that like I said, was populated by a million people. How can you evacuate a million people after the earthquake and before the tsunami, which is about 20 minutes difference? How can you evacuate 1 million people in 20 minutes? And I already gave the example here. Just me not last night, but Friday night, after there's no power, no nothing. Of course, there's no rubble on the roads, and there was maybe some torn up streets and cracked areas, but other than that, It was bumper to bumper, dude. It took 3 hours just to go maybe 5 miles, maybe 5 miles. 3 hours, and that's not an evacuation. That's just going to go to a place where there is electricity to either get food, go to a convenience store and get water, or whatever. I mean, the water was still working here, but I don't really trust faucet water, especially around any kind of incident like a power outage or anything like that, because you just don't know what's in the water. I mean, the water here in Japan is supposed to be the safest to drink, but not during a catastrophe. I'm not going to test it. So you can't afford to be sick and have to evacuate at the same time. It's not cool. But anyways, that's my thoughts, and I'll keep you updated as I find new things or hear new things.